Welcome to the Dan Sports Tips MLB Daily Fantasy Preview Show for today, the 5th of August. I shall be taking a look at everything you need for your daily fantasy games on DraftKings today. I'll be looking at starting pitchers, stacks of the day, how we can construct a lineup to maximise point scoring potential, foundation players who should be built upon for a successful lineup, and a value player at each position. For any of you that haven't had an opportunity to sign up and play daily fantasy sports with DraftKings yet, I will stick a link in the description for this video that will enable you to do that today. Looking at our starting pitchers today, fair enough, we have to start at the top. Justin Verlander of the Detroit Tigers for $13,600. I have to admit, I was surprised to see the price quite this high here, but when I did have a brief cursory look at today's games yesterday evening, my immediate thought was how Verlander could mow the Mets down today. They are an above average unit for strikeouts that is not plating a lot of runs. Verlander went 4-0 with a 1.69 ERA in 6 starts during the month of July, with 48 strikeouts in 42 2/3 in that month. The only real negative for Verlander is Noah Syndergaard is in opposition, so it does maybe bring the win into question, but I do think Detroit will win this game. So I think Verlander for 13,600 is absolutely rock solid today. Anthony Desclafani of the Cincinnati Reds is 9,400. He's gone 6-0 with a 2.93 ERA since coming off the disabled list. Pittsburgh have been having some run scoring issues. They're a hair above average for strikeouts as well. The yard is a nice bonus for the pitcher as well. Desclafani has 52 strikeouts in 61 1/3 this season and also looks a solid play. He's another one that is possibly slightly more expensive than I thought he would be as well. Irvin Santana of the Minnesota Twins for 8,200. Santana is never going to light up your scoreboard with strikeouts. He has compiled just 85 in 120 1/3 this year. That being said, he has been extra solid lately for the Twins. He's gone 2-2 with a 1.89 ERA his last 7 starts, including a complete game 2 earned run performance with 5 strikeouts 2 starts ago against the Braves. The Rays do rank the top 5 in baseball this season for strikeouts, so maybe we will get a little bit of an uptick there. It is a favourable yard and matchup for a pitcher who is pitching well and should at least hopefully rack up the innings. Any strikeouts we get on top of that is a bonus. At 8,200, I think he's a good play today. And Scott Kazmir of the Los Angeles Dodgers for 8,000. Yep, he's today's nominated lefty as teams continue to line them up against Boston. Kazmir has gone 7-2 with a 3.93 ERA across 15 starts. That's solid enough. He has 124 strikeouts in 116 1/3 innings. So despite Boston being below average for strike 3, if you do take the yard into account as well as not being particularly favourable for a hitter, then there is reasonable upside for a Kazmir to be included in your lineups today. I personally don't like any of the super cheap options today. I did toy with Miguel Gonzalez, but 7,700 was more money than I was comfortable paying for him at US Cellular Field against the Orioles. Looking at our stacks of the day, as is tradition when it's Coors Field, that is where we start. Miami are visiting Colorado today. I don't think I want to stack against Jorge De La Rosa though. With some of the Miami right-handed options is tempting, though De La Rosa has been pitching very well since June. Quality starts in 7 of his last 8. Now, I'm far more willing to stack some Rockies against David Phelps, who comes out of the pen to make his first start of the year. Phelps has a career ERA over 4 as a starter, over a reasonable sample size of 59 starts. He doesn't have a massively high home run allowed rate, but obviously this is Coors Field and that can spike. There are certainly some bats to try and take a shot with. Outfielder Carlos Gonzalez for 5,600. Obviously check the lineups. He has been missing with an injury the last couple of days. He has a home run off of Phelps. He's on the right side of the platoon. He's a .322 hitter with 23 home runs. The last game he did play, he hit the ball in the seats twice. Outfielder Charlie Blackmon for 5,400. He is also on the right side of the platoon, hits in the leadoff position. He's .303, 12 homers, 14 steals. Third baseman Nolan Arenado for 5,200, 283, 27 homers this year. And outfielder David Dahl for 4,100 is on the right side of the platoon, 375, 3 homers. Since his promotion, hit a home run in his last game as well. The Texas Rangers are a team that hit lefties well and have crushed Dallas Keuchel this year when they've seen him. In 3 starts, Keuchel is 0-3 with a 7.84 ERA against these Texas Rangers. That is not far out of line with his career ERA against his in-state rivals as well. That does approach 5. We get a nice little discount because Keuchel is a named pitcher and the reigning Cy Young Award winner in the American League. We'll take outfielder Ian Desmond for 4,400. He has 2 home runs off of Keuchel, 297, 20 homers bases, 17 steals. Ryan Rua qualifies at first in the outfield for 3,700. He's excellent against the left-handed pitcher. He's hitting 270 with 7 home runs this year. Catcher Jonathan LaCroix, 3,600, went yard for us yesterday, 296, 14 home runs. And third baseman Adrian Beltre for 4,100. He has a home run off of Keuchel, 276, 16 homers on the season. The other stack is the Milwaukee Brewers, who get to face Braden Shipley, the rookie, for the second time in the youngster's third start this year. They hit him in their own ballpark for 6 earned runs in 5 1/3 on his debut. Chase is just as a pleasant park to hit in, so we can stack some of the Brew crew here. Shortstop Jonathan VR for $5,000. The switch hitter has a home run off of Shipley, 297, 8 homers, 40 stolen bases on the year. Second baseman Scooter Jeanette, 4,200, another one with a homer off of Shipley. On the right side of the platoon, 274, 9 homers, has been swinging a good bat lately. First baseman Chris Carter for 4,000, 218, 25 homers, 3 home runs in the last 7 games. He is pretty boom or bust at the plate for us. Third baseman Hernan Perez also qualifies in the outfield, 291, 8 home runs, 19 stolen bases. In his last 7 games, he is hitting 393, 3 homers and 5 swipes. And of course, Ryan Braun in the outfield for 4,900, 322, 16 homers, 12 stolen bases. He's hitting 417 with a couple of dingers in his last 7 games as well. For my foundation players today, at first base, I'll take Brandon Moss of the St. Louis Cardinals, also qualifies in the outfield. He's 4,900 today. He's got the platoon against Joel Dela Cruz, who has allowed 10 earned runs and 3 homers in 16 1/3 innings as a starter this year. To be honest with you, I've not seen Dela Cruz pitch that I'm aware of. He may have come in relief, but MLB.com describes his stuff as not overpowering. Well, that's got to be good news for a hitter. I think St. Louis can maybe rack up some hits today. Second baseman is Brian Dozier of the Minnesota Twins for 4,800. He's exceptionally good against lefties, but he's been hitting everything right now, well lately. He's hitting 394 with 5 home runs in his last 7 games. The park is a bit of a negative, but as I say, he's 263, 22 homers this season. I think Dozier's rock solid at second base today. Third baseman Jake Lamb of the Diamondbacks for 5,000. Chase Anderson has had starts where he's been hittable on occasion this year. Lamb has the platoon advantage, and hopefully with home runs in back-to-back games now, he's bust out of his slump. He's hit 281 with 23 homers on the season. Shortstop is Jonathan VR of the Milwaukee Brewers for 5,000. I know this is duplication from the stack. I do try to avoid that, but amongst the premium players today, he's the one I like. He is the top play for me at shortstop. He's got the home run off of Shipley and 40 stolen bases for added upside. In the outfield, Marcelo Zuna of the Miami Marlins for 5,400. He is the top Marlins play at Coors today. He's been evil to left-handers all season long, and consistently so. He has 3 home runs off of Jorge De La Rosa. He's hitting 298 with 19 home runs this season. For my value plays at catcher, I will take Martin Maldonado, I believe is how he actually say it, if you want to pronounce correctly. 2,800 for today. He's got a home run for Shipley. Chase Field's a nice yard. 211, 4 homers the year, but that spikes to 391 with a homer in his last 7 games. First baseman Carlos Santana of the Cleveland Indians for 3,800 is better hitting left-handed. Who can try and predict what Michael Pineda's going to do from start to start? It is a decent park for the switch hitter, hitting left-handed. He went long yesterday for the second time in 3 games, so we're hopeful he's bust out of a slump as well. 245, 24 home runs this year. My second baseman's Trey Turner, who you can use in the outfield as well, for 4,000 of the Washington Nationals. He gets to face Jeff Samaja in a park where Samaja has struggled. His career ERA against the Nats is around 5. In his last 7 games, the Shark is 1-3 with a 7.09 ERA. He's allowing base runners. His whip has spiked to over 1.5 in the last month or so. Turner has 5 steals in 10 games. He's always dangerous on the base pass, and he's hitting 312 with a homer. My third baseman is Todd Frazier of the Chicago White Sox for 4,000. I'm going to go home run hunting at the cell. Frazier's got 30 this year. He needs one more to catch Trumbo in opposition for the Orioles today, and he has hit a home run before off of Giovanni Gallardo, the starter for the O's today. My shortstop is Francisco Lindor of the Cleveland Indians for 3,600. As with Santana, anything could happen against Pineda, but the switch hitter will hit lefty, and the yard is good for left-handed power. He hit a home run yesterday. He's hitting .306 with 13 homers and 13 stolen bases. And my outfielder is Robbie Grossman of the Minnesota Twins for 3,300. It's another one who's best when facing a left-handed pitcher. He's hit .267 with 6 home runs for this season. That's what I've got for you today. Best of luck with your lineups. If you do have a successful day on DraftKings today, let me know in the comments how you got on. Let me know the calls you liked, the calls you didn't. That's all I've got. As I say, I will see you tomorrow. Best of luck. Thanks for watching the show. Don't forget to like the video. Hit me up in the comments with the daily fantasy plays you like today and press that subscribe button. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I will be here all MLB season and through the NFL season with daily fantasy sports advice. If you haven't signed up yet, or you're interested in starting to play daily fantasy sports, please click the link in the description for this video and that'll take you where you need to go to start playing with DraftKings today. Best of luck with your lineups and have a great day.